Here we are, Lollapalooza 2023. It's Kenzie right here, Case the producer right here from Brian and Kenzie in the morning. Maybe you're wondering in the near future why Brian's not doing this interview. He was denied press credentials, but nevertheless, we are here with Joy Oladokun. Welcome to Lollapalooza. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're
Sorry,
doing okay.
Brian.
We're doing great. You got press credentials.
Yeah, I did.
We're so
I got
excited.
in, you know.
Yeah, we're very excited about
That's
it.
half the
Yes.
battle right there, is getting in.
Yeah, I would have said they let anybody in, but apparently that's not true.
They actually
do
did
not.
not.
Yeah.
We learned that. They actually did not. And this is actually your second year.
It is.
Is there anything about this year you're like, listen, that particular last year, I'm not going to do that again? I got to make sure I correct that? Do you have any of those
100%.
moments?
I'm not a big performance regrets person. I try to think of it like the NBA. I'm obviously not, you know.
No, stick with this analogy.
Yeah,
I like
no,
where
no.
you're
I like
going.
it.
I like to, okay, so imagine I'm Steph Curry of guitar playing, you know?
Okay.
And it's like I may be, at some point you get to put it on autopilot and you just get to like go and you play the shows. And if you make a mistake, like I can listen to it back, you know, and be like, okay, I'll make a different choice next time. But I don't know. I feel like music is such this fluid thing, and maybe it's because I'm a stoner who listens to a lot of Grateful Dead, but I just like, I feel like even mistakes prove to the crowd that I'm human. And so I'm just excited to do something genuine and fun. And, you know, you do the work and you practice and you hope to have a rockin' show.
Oh my God, I wish I had that outlook. We just like self-sabotage. Like, we are the worst people. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's how you need to view things.
Thanks.
How do you get into that mindset? Because I make one mistake, I curse myself out the rest of the day. I'm not happy. You're like, oh, I make a mistake in front of thousands of people at a festival. It's cool.
Honestly,
many. Calm down.
Listen, you know, it's not. I haven't always been this way, and sometimes I'm not perfect at it either. But I think I did a pretty strange dose of mushrooms that I think changed the way that I interact with general life. But I also I don't know. I think that music is such this cool gift, and maybe it's because I watch a lot of music docs or I've read a lot of books, but I've gotten to see like John Lennon mess up the words on stage, you know, or Tracy Chapman talk about how she got nervous at Wembley. And I think remembering that, you know, I'm a human and so are all my heroes, it takes a little bit of the pressure off. And like, I just want to do a good job. So I practice guitar every day. I try to remember the lyrics. The band and I work hard. And the rest is out of our control, you know. If we forget something or, you know, if something breaks, it's not our fault. We're just trying to like have a good time and help other people do the same.
And that translates. The good energy always translates.
Hell yeah,
So
yeah.
people feed off the positivity.
Yeah, that's what you want.
How much do you think your life has changed since your last Lollapalooza performance, or what has changed?
Wow. Honestly, so much has changed. I got to tour arenas this year. I can't go on Reddit anymore.
Please go into that. Why do we avoid Reddit?
It's one of the weird consequences of this job that I didn't expect because I didn't really think I would be playing guitar on stage in front of people for work, but I have a Twitter, or the artist formerly known as Twitter. I have one of those, and I talk on the internet about my experience of things. And one day I said something, and then I was scrolling Reddit later, and a whole discussion had popped up around this tweet that I just shot off in the morning while I was stoned. And I was like, this is too much power. But also, it just I don't know. I think it can do a weird thing to your brain. One, because I don't think people, when they talk about me on the internet, I don't think they think I can see it. And two, I don't think I'm always supposed to know what everybody thinks about me all the time. So Reddit is out. Unfortunately, I have a lot of questions that aren't going to get answered because I'm scared I'll see one of my tweets.
Blocked off you're like, Pornhub's fine, but Reddit,
No,
that's
yeah,
blocked off.
no. That's where I draw the line. What's a Pornhub?
We'll clip that for later. I'm sure we can find a use for that. So you're in the midst of a very exciting run. You've got the new record out.
Yeah.
A little bit of a belle of the ball situation going on here. Chris Stapleton working with you. Noah Kahn working with you.
Yeah.
Manchester Orchestra, our friends, working with you.
Yeah.
What's it like to be wanted and desired by all of these music people?
Listen, I feel really lucky that these people said yes. And I did this thing this morning. I had to do a radio show, and I was talking about my team because for my record, it's called Proof of Life, and I wanted to make something that was about my life, biographical. And so I picked artists. I made a list of artists that I love, and that really inspired me. And Chris was on that list, and Noah and I have become friends, so he was on that list. And Maxo Cream, because I'm a big hip hop head, was on that list. And my team went out and they advocated for the work that I make, and everybody said yes. It's kind of crazy to make a dream list of people you want on your record, and then to see the final product reflect that. Even Mount Joy. I think Mount Joy is one of the best bands. If you haven't seen them live, they rip live.
Co-signed, yes, completely.
Yeah, and so I just I feel really lucky to have my work elevated by such talented people. And so it's it honestly is I don't know if I feel like the homecoming queen. I kind of feel like I got to sit at the cool kids table.
Yeah, for sure.
But it happens to be a table I built, which makes it even cooler.
That's fantastic.
Is there a genre that's hard for you to picture yourself in, where you're I don't know if I could do that genre?
I don't think so. It's funny. I grew up listening to screamo and metal and rock music, so I feel even if I'm not the front person, I feel I could be a part of something like that and
Right.
make it convincing. I like hip hop, and produce hip hop stuff, and I don't know. I feel I could sort of do it all because I love all music. If you open my my phone and go through my songs or my albums, you're this is such an unhinged collection of art, and I don't know. I like music. It helps my brain, and I like making all kinds of it. So
Right, I want a Latin record by the end of the year. Then.
yeah, no, I
We're
would
doing
love
dance music.
I would love a Latin record. I could do dance music. I could do a dance hook. A Latin record would be sick. I spent a lot of time in Mexico because I love mezcal and tacos, and they have that there. And so,
Those are some of my favorite things.
yeah, they are. And
right
I'm
here.
asthmatic, and inhalers are cheap. So it's honestly, Mexico's a great place to be.
I love the reasons, but most people say ocean.
Yeah.
But that's
Weather.
fine.
Ocean's there too, but if you have asthma, inhalers are very cheap.
That's good. That is a hot take. It's a good tip.
A pharmacist.
Great tip.
So you were on the road with John Mayer this year.
That's true.
Walk me through the process. How does that happen? And good Lord, what did you learn from him?
I don't know how it happens, and I feel that's the coolest part of my life right now, where it's I have just been putting my heart into what I do and hoping for the best, and sometimes the best happens. And being on the road with John was amazing. I just I don't know. I think people, when they have time to grow and change and evolve into artists that play with the dead and can sell out arenas, doing solo acoustic stuff, I just, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to get to open for that person, and for it to also have been able, John is a good human.
Yeah.
I was sort of shocked. I didn't really expect to see him, but he came and said hi to me when he got in every day, came to ask me questions about my guitar during sound check, which is John Mayer asking you about your guitar is
It's like Steph Curry asking you how to shoot a three-pointer.
exactly. It's you don't need to know. It's just
You got
can,
this.
you
Trust
can
me, John,
have
you'll
it.
be
Do you
okay.
want my guitar? I don't have to play tonight. Anyway, I just he really was kind, and when I had hard days on the road, reached out, and when I had good days, was encouraging, and I think taught me that you can do this job and you can care about people, and you can, yeah, and that's what I want to do, is just to be kind and good, and yeah, kind and excellent, play guitar good and be nice.
But did he live up to his womanizer reputation? Where you're oh, okay.
Dude, I saw no women.
None?
Well, I saw women. Obviously, women bought tickets to
You
the
saw
show.
no
It was
women.
the only John Mayer
Yeah,
show.
no,
All the dudes
it was
came out.
but it really, he just, it honestly, one of the things we talked about is how, I don't really get high off, big crowds. I love that people come to see shows, and I love connecting with people. But I'm also an introvert, so it's not my favorite drug. Part of it is scary,
Right. It's absolutely.
Yeah, and we talked about he has that same feeling where it's I don't feed off of arenas shouting my name. I just love music, and I love people that love music. And I think that came across in the solo arena shows, and it also came across, and I think his approach You know, I just like, he showed up, you know, he would sort of warm up and hang out in his room, and then he would play an amazing show for like 2 hours and change the set list every night. But
that's incredible.
yeah.
Well, right on.
Not
Well,
a
the
ton of
new record,
ladies.
Proof of Life, is out. It's obviously harder than ever for artists to break through. Real quick before we go, if you're watching this out there and you want to check out your work, how would you recommend people do that?
Oh, the internet. Yeah.
Not Reddit. We're not going to listen to
Not
you on
Reddit.
Reddit.
Don't go to
Don't
Reddit.
find her on Reddit.
No, yeah, I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, all those different things, and I'm really active on socials because I think it gives people a chance to get to know me as a human. So
Right on. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for joining us.
you.
Come back soon,
Yeah,
and
thank you
good
for
luck
your
with
time.
everything.
I appreciate it. Yeah.